Hello! You catch me in my workshop, shed, whatever. The bike just down here, the lovely Honda CT. Some lovely diagrams here, but you know, I want a couple of the supporters up here, and a list of my patrons here for the year. Thank you very much for you guys giving me some support to carry on these builds. So I just thought I'd go through a highlights of what I did in 2021. Remember, the whole entire country was in Tier 4 on New Year's Day or whatever it was, or Boxing Day, or just after Christmas. Everyone was in Tier 4. You couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't do anything, basically. Very boring. But that enabled me to finish off the Honda C200, or get a lot of it done anyway. So I finished building a bike at the beginning of the year, and I got that onto the road. That was great. Then lockdown lifted. When did it lift? A little bit in like February, March time, wasn't it, or something? We finally got a little bit of lockdown lift, and we could actually go and ride bikes, 2 people at a time. Then like a month later or whatever, then it lockdown lifted again. We could go on bigger rides up to 6 people. So yeah, we jumped on that sort of thing and seized the moment. Then after a few little rides and stuff like that, after being stuck indoors, then we thought, right, well, spring is sprung, let's go. And I think you were allowed to be up to 6 people at that time. Can't remember all the exact rules back then, but I know it was definitely a face mask time, all the track and trace stuff. But we went camping anyway. Salisbury camping trip, something that I possibly would like to repeat next year. Yes, because I'm filming it in 2022. I'd like to possibly go another camping trip down to Salisbury again. I could probably see that on the cards because that was quite a good weekend. Have to make sure that if you do a camping trip, make sure that the Salisbury plane is open. Of course, that can be found on the government website, and I'll have to look that up again. Pick a weekend when they're open and head down there with some people. Maybe the same lot that I did last time. But that was the first camping trip of the year. No, that was the second camping trip of the year, sorry. The first camping trip of the year was when I took the C200. I finished that, and I went off for a camping trip just on my own on the C200, which was fine. The bike had no problems that entire weekend, which was great, and it was torrential downpour. So great. And then the weekend after, we were plus 20 degrees, and we were off-roading in Salisbury. So yeah. Great British springtime cannot be trusted for a camping trip. Just thought I'd let you know. Well, then I guess the biggest trip of the year, we went to the ABR festival with Monsieur Fish and Hippodrones and Andy. We all went up to the ABR. We had a good old... We had a time at the ABR. I listened to a couple of the talks, which I found most interesting. I didn't like any of the queuing, which was 90% of the experience for me. Queuing to get on the off-road course. Queuing on the off-road course because people were ill-suited and ill-booted, I'd say, to ride around that course. Will I be attending this next year? I can tell you this right now. I ain't going next year in 2022. I mean, I was there in 2021, and people were messaging me. I had a few people message me saying, I hope to see you there. And I was like, yeah, if you see me, say hi, or whatever. They couldn't find me. So, I mean, it was that busy. You couldn't find anyone, really. So, yeah, no, probably not going to go next year. I'll give that one a miss. I'll do something else with my weekend or the time. But, of course, after the ABR trip we carried on up north. Me and Andy did on his KLE. I carried on my BMW, went up north, did the Pennines. Nice camping weekend. Camping week, sorry. And if you're going to watch any of my camping videos of 2021, then that's the one I recommend. That's the one I like. That's the one that took me I don't know if it's the one I recommend, but it's the one that I spent the most time editing. So I put the most effort into that video. I think there's one video a year I'll put a lot of effort into it, and that is one of them. That is up there with the most effort put into a video, I think, on this channel for that year. Took me an insanely long time to edit. Quite a long video, but I think it came out really well. So yeah, please go check that one out. Of course, it's on the channel. I put it up here as the main channel video and stuff at the moment, because that's the one I want people to watch. Got back from that trip, and because I had some money left over, I wasn't sure how much that trip was going to cost. I wasn't sure if we were going to bail out, and like if the weather was dreadful and not enjoyable, okay, we might have gone to a B&B somewhere, or I had a night in a hotel or something. So I had some money on the back burner just in case, but didn't actually use it. Came in well under budget for what I planned in my head, which was great. So I ended up with some extra wonga, because I still got the refund from one of my other trips where we were going to have a boat and stuff like that. You know, the Spain trip got cancelled, so I got the money back from that. So I used that lovely money, plus a little extra money that I'd saved up through the year, and purchased that Honda VFR, added another motorbike to my collection. The Honda VFR 750 was £1,000. I mean, I think that was a fantastic deal. I think it was possibly worth £1,200, so I still got a fair deal on it, really. So yeah, for £1,000, just took it, bit his hand off, took it, and that was it. That's my bike, job done. Did a bit of work on the VFR, but yeah, I literally picked that up on, I think, the Friday or something, and then, or the Thursday, and then on the Saturday, me, Phil, 480, and Hippodrones were off down. This was middle of July, around July 20th or something like that, 21st, something like that. We quickly nipped down. This is just before the kids broke off school. We nipped down, last minute camping trip down to New Forest. We went down to New Forest. We had a absolutely roasting weekend. The temperature was really, really hot. I was on the BMW. I was thinking about taking the VFR, but the VFR was still brand new, and I hadn't gone over it yet. Literally had dumped it in my garage the day before and left it. And I thought, well, needs a damn good service. It needs a really good going over before I go on a trip with it. So yeah, I went down the BMW down to New Forest. Cracking weekend. Just a one night stay, but just a nice little adventure. Of course, yeah, that was great. I got the second puncher of the year on that one, because I got the first one trail riding, and then I got another one. I mean, 2 punches in a year, it's kind of unlucky, isn't it? But yeah, 2 punches. 2. But I got my second puncher, actually repaired that in the pub car park, carried on, did the camping trip, came back, fantastic. Then I was set to work sorting out the VFR, getting that all ready on the road. Of course, with the kids off school, every campsite was fully booked everywhere, so I didn't really do too much camping during that time. Did, you know, off-road riding and stuff like that, usual stuff. Got the VFR on the road, had a nice road ride on the VFR. Got it kitted out, got the rack on and everything, got it serviced, and went down to the Southwest Wild West Rally. Anyway, went down there. Another good weekend, lots of music, lots of drinking. Hippodrones was there. Of course, Phil 480, met Somerset Biker, met Curious Goose with his 125 Sinis. He almost didn't make it because I know he bent the key in a lock or something. But yeah, he still made it, so that was good. Will I go to the Wild Southwest Wild Rally next year, 2022? Possibly, possibly not. I haven't decided yet. I could still get a ticket if I really wanted to. I might give it a miss. I might want to do something else. I definitely do want to do some camping trips or adventures on the CT. Hopefully, if I get the documents soon. Then, that was in like September, that was the Wild Southwest Rally. Then in October, the month after, I said goodbye to the Honda CRF 250. I sold that to Phil 480. It was a medium. It was one of them. Okay, I don't know if I regret that decision yet. Time will tell. I don't know if I regret, because the CRF 250, fantastic bike. I had it 8 years. 8 years exactly, I think, till October. It was literally 8 years. I think it was 1 week off me having that bike 8 years or something. 8 years? 9 years? 8 years. I don't know if I regret selling that bike yet. Phil, I don't know if he regrets buying that bike off me yet, but I think he got a good deal. I think he got a cracking deal. I mean, yeah, okay, it's not the tidiest bike in the world, but he's been using it for a few months now, I think, and he's had no problems, apart from the headlight, which kind of his fault on that one, to be fair. You broke it, you bought it, whatever. You should go check his channel out. Hopefully he's got a new video of him, what he's done to the bike and stuff. Would be nice. I don't know if he's done an updated video on that. But I'll put a link down below to his channel. if you want to go see some more CRF videos. But you will see some more CRF videos on this channel because I have backlogs of CRF videos, and of course I'm sure we'll see him on future videos anyway of him riding with me. So it's not like we won't see that bike. I'll just see that bike all the time going, do I regret selling that bike or not? I don't know. But I needed to sell that bike because this Honda CT was not cheap. A Honda CT so far has cost me, well, I reckon it's going to cost me in total around 3k in the end to get it all ready for an adventure. But yeah, I literally got this bike in October, beginning of October, something like that, and then I put it away and didn't touch it pretty much. I did a bit of work on it, just trying to get it going. Wasn't going, couldn't be bothered, left it because I went to Scotland. I took the Honda VFR 750 that I bought for £1,000, and I've spent around £500 on that VFR. That includes tax, not insurance, because I can't remember how much the insurance was. I think 50 quid. So let's say it was 550 quid. 1,550 quid for that VFR. That's including a service, new tyre, new front tyre. I didn't do the rear. New front tyre, reefs. The calipers were the most expensive. I think they were £160. And I got some like refurbished calipers for £160. So that was really good deal. 160. Put some new pads in there. Just thought front brake very important. Let's refurbish the whole front. Brilliant. And I rode that bike to Scotland for my mate's wedding. And then back again. But of course I decided, as I'm in Scotland, let's just go for an extra day, cane it up to John O'Groats, meet the guy who sold me this bike, and I went back and did all that. So in October, late October, that was very cold some mornings. It was +4. I was camping for some of the nights, not all of the nights, but that was the last trip of the year. And that brings us to the end of the video, pretty much. I mean, you'll see some off-roading videos, some more maintenance videos, but yeah. Beginning of the year, finished off the C200. End of the year, started working on this. And hopefully beginning of next year, springtime, this bike should be on the road. Of course, hopefully should. As long as paperwork and everything goes according to plan, this should be on the road. So that was my previous year highlights. I guess thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, or perhaps you've missed some of these videos and you want to go back and watch them. I'll put a camping trip playlist down below. You can see all my camping trips that I did this year. I did 6/7 trips, and hopefully next year I can do a bit more. We were in a lockdown. We'll see what happens next year. Hopefully no lockdowns or anything like that. And of course, if you're a Patreon member, I will have put a video up now or already or whatever, and it's a bit more detailed of what some of the plans are for next year. I don't like to announce all my plans publicly because what if they don't happen? That leaves a lot of people let down. I'd rather make no announcements and everything just be a surprise. But if you're on the Patreon, I've got some hints about what I'll be doing. A couple of things that I've penciled in for next year, but in January I'll be permanent marking them in the calendar for things that I'm definitely going to do. But if you want some hints to that, there is a video up on the Patrons for you patrons out there now, and anyone else who wants to jump over to Patreon, whatever. Don't mind if you do. You don't really get anything at all. You don't get any really bonus content. You might get a little bit, but nothing major. Nothing that you're going to say, wow, that was totally worth my money. I'd rather you not. If you got extra cash, fine. If you're struggling, don't bother giving me money. The price of petrol nowadays, I'm surprised that you guys still even give me money. You probably now that I reminded you, you're probably going to unsubscribe to Patreon. Going, oh yeah, I'm still a patron on this guy. I'm still giving this idiot money. What's wrong with? Anyway, thank you so much for all the Patreon supports and anyone who supported the channel already this year. Literally just by liking the videos and watching the videos all the way through. For some reason, gets me better analytics and all that stuff. But yeah, just liking the videos and all that stuff has been a big help. I don't know if I'm going to be on 2000 by December 31st. I would like to be on 2000 by December 31st, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm on as of date of recording, I'm on 1935, so I've got to get 75. I've got to get 75 subscribers in 2 weeks. That's really not going to happen. So I think end of January or February maybe. That's next year's goal anyway, 2K. Actually, next year's goal will be 3K. But yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry if I've rattled on. Hope you do lots of biking in the new year. I hope to do lots of biking in the new year. And yeah, more camping and adventures and stuff. See ya!